According to a survey from nonprofit group Save the Children, 64% of rural voters say they or someone they know is struggling to feed their families. Clayton Baumgarth went out to learn about the underlying causes of hunger in rural Indiana.
In Spencer, Indiana, just off of State Road 46, sits Spencer United Methodist Church.
So this is where we display items for sale in here, and we see there's a big variety of items that we have.
For 21 years, the church has been operating a thrift store and using the proceeds to help distribute food once a week to people in Spencer and surrounding communities.
A group of us that got together, I think there was about 10 of us when that started 21 years ago, and it was just part of the church mission that we wanted to help people with food.
A recent study conducted by nonprofit group Save the Children Action Network found that 64% of rural respondents say that they or someone they know is struggling with food insecurity. Among parents, 77% are worried they might not be able to afford enough food to feed their family over the next year.
Are they allowed to come every week if they...
We ask them to come once a month,
okay,
and we kind of keep track of that, but if they need food, they need food.
Mm-hmm. Spencer United Methodist operation has had to evolve to meet the needs of more and more people who are having difficulty getting enough food on the table. Vault estimates the church feeds an average of 80 to 150 families a week. Hoosier Hills Food Bank in Bloomington provides about 40% of the goods distributed by the church. Spencer Methodist is responsible for purchasing the other 60%, an amount that has become more challenging to meet thanks to higher than average food prices.
And with the COVID, it's kind of changed things for us. We used to be able to get by a week spending about $1,500 to take care of that 150-some families. Now it's over $3,000 a week that we do.
Balt says that while they're serving the same number of families, he's noticing more new faces coming in every week. In his opinion, the job market is a major cause of rural hunger.
I think a lot of it is the jobs, what's happening now in the job areas. It's like, it seemed like all the jobs started going at different places, and then now a lot of people are getting laid off. When that happens, they got to do something.
In rural areas specifically, getting to food is a major hurdle. Spencer United Methodist used to deliver food throughout the county to 450 families. That's been cut to about 120 families because of lack of volunteers and fears of spreading COVID.
We can do mobile pantries, but those generally still try to go to a population center or a senior center or something like that, and there's still people more isolated and more spread out that don't really have the option to get into where that food distribution is happening.
Food banks carry a lot of pressure on their backs to get food to those in need, but that work is only able to go so far without assistance from all levels of government. Save the Children Action Network advocates heavily for policy change, as do a majority of the people they surveyed.
These issues aren't new, and we know ways that we can address them. We know ways for policymakers to step up here.
Of the policy proposals that were tested in the survey, all of them received support from more than 3/4 of rural voters. Popular policy ideas included making it easier for farmers markets to accept food assistance benefits, giving more children access to backpack programs, and offering more programs to rural communities that allow food deliveries and mobile pantries.
As the 118th Congress gets underway, we will be talking to lawmakers at all levels of government about the need to take action now, and about the fact that not only is it the right thing to do, it's what their constituents are asking for, and it's what they need to address the problems they face.
For Alonzo, their efforts are incredibly important to those in need.
We're not the ultimate solution, obviously. There needs to be a lot of higher level work done in terms of policy changes and program changes so that people don't need services like ours.
But the reality is, food banks can't solve the issue of hunger in America on their own. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Clayton Baumgarth.
Hoosier Hills Food Bank celebrated 40 years of serving the community in 2022 and is estimated to distribute around 7 million pounds of food every year.